It's March 2026. I'm Sean Morgan, and this is the news behind the news. According to reporting by Shanaka and Selim Pereira, the developing crisis around the Strait of Hormuz may threaten something far more fundamental than oil. It threatens fertilizer. For decades, policymakers focused on energy security. Countries built massive strategic petroleum reserves. The United States alone holds hundreds of millions of barrels of crude underground for emergencies. But there's no equivalent reserve for fertilizer, and that oversight is now being exposed. Roughly one-third of the world's seaborne fertilizer trade passes through the Strait of Hormuz. The Gulf region also produces nearly half of the world's exported urea, a key nitrogen fertilizer used to grow crops across the planet. Since late February, traffic through the narrow 21-mile waterway has collapsed after U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran triggered retaliation. Missile attacks, drones, and suspected naval mines have made commercial shipping extremely dangerous. Insurance companies pulled war risk coverage, which effectively shut down most Western shipping. The result is a choke point not just for energy, but for the molecules that grow food. Modern agriculture depends on synthetic nitrogen fertilizer produced through the Haber-Bosch process. Scientists estimate the crops grown with synthetic nitrogen feed roughly half of the world's population. Without those fertilizers, global agriculture output drops dramatically, and timing makes the situation even more dangerous. The Northern Hemisphere's planting season is already underway. Farmers only have a narrow window to apply fertilizer before planting corn, rice, wheat, and other staple crops. Miss that window and yields fall, sometimes sharply. Prices are already reacting. Urea fertilizer in North America has surged, and farmers around the world are facing the choice of paying much more for fertilizer or applying less and accepting lower yields. The biggest risk is not even evenly distributed. Wealthy countries can absorb higher prices, but poor nations with limited reserves and fragile food systems may face the most severe consequences. That's the hidden vulnerability this crisis is exposing. Modern civilization optimized global agriculture for efficiency, not resilience. The system depends on just-in-time supply chains, concentrated production centers, and shipping routes that can become geopolitical choke points overnight. A single narrow strait now sits between the world and a major portion of the nutrients required to feed billions of people. And once planting deadlines pass, no diplomatic deal can rewind the biological clock of agriculture. I'm Sean Morgan, and this has been the news behind the news. Get past reports at seanmorganreport.substack.com and jmcbroadcasting.com.
The global financial reset is underway and happening now. The battle rages on with competing parallel systems. The current deep state Federal Reserve Central Bank system and the system President Trump and team has developed. While the dawning of the golden age is upon us, we are presently in the danger zone through the reset transition.
Join me and my prominent guests every Wednesday live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on JMC Broadcasting's backup Rumble channel on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Sign up for JMC's free weekly war report, including notifications of when the Global Financial Reset Show is published. The future is bright, and it belongs to us, not to the global elite.
Global Financial Reset. Only from JMC Broadcasting.